Okay, good morning. It is Tuesday, and I'm thinking this could be a new direction we could take, is to go over the Parsha the Tuesday after Shabbos, because it's like the last day that's connected to the previous Shabbos, and maybe it could be like Parsha Lishma, because it's not about finding the Dvar Torah for the coming week, it's just about having some insights on the Parsha that passed. And also, I wanted to speak about the Torah that we discussed this past Shabbos on Shalosh Shodis. I meant to say it in honor of Nikki, whose birthday it was, but she wasn't there because she was tired. She had to sleep. So I wanted to share some of the things that we discussed with her in honor of her birthday. So what we talked about was a lot of interesting things from the Parsha. It's a super packed Parsha Shlach, about the Meraglim and checking out the land and the big chet. And we discussed some of the ideas about what went wrong. And one of the things that was really interesting that I hadn't thought of before, and someone mentioned, was the difference between Kalev and Yoshua. They didn't respond the same way. And I started thinking about that more, and I wanted to share some stuff about it that I thought could be relevant. Whenever me and Nikki talk about her birthday, it's been a couple of years that we know each other. We used to be flatmates, and we discussed the number and try to find the gematria or something of the year that she's turning. So this year is 57. And we were trying to figure out something beforehand. It wasn't really coming together. But on Shabbos, I was looking in the Parsha, and I was like, okay, let me check the 57th pasuk. And the 57th pasuk is actually about Kalev, and it says, V'avdi Kalev ekev ha'saruach acheres imo, v'yimalech acharei v'avyosi v'la'aretz asher b'shalom v'zar. And Hashem says he's not happy with what happened, but he says, but Kalev, my servant, which is a term of endearment, is going to come to Eretz Yisrael and inherit the land. And we see, and the Haftorah actually talks about Yoshua coming to Eretz Yisrael and conquering the land, but Kalev is the person that gets Hebron. He goes on a different journey when Yoshua and Kalev come to Eretz Yisrael. So Yoshua gets a special prayer from Moshe. Moshe adds a Yud to his name. So it was Yehoshua, and now it's Yehoshua. So like we know that going into this whole story that there was danger. Moshe knew stuff was going on, and that's why he prayed for Yoshua specifically. Kalev did something special. He went by himself to Hebron, and he went to Davin by the Kever Avos. And I don't know because of that, but he was Zocha after that, first of all, to succeed in the mission. He came back and he stood up for what he believed in. He was unique and brave. And when he came back to Eretz Yisrael 45 years later, when they made it to Hebron, he told Yoshua, he said, I want Hebron. And Yoshua gave it to him. First of all, those two continue on the whole mission all the way to the end. So you definitely need the powers of both Yoshua and Kalev together. There's an interesting story actually about Kalev and Yoshua when they get back to Eretz Yisrael. Basically, Moshe, when he was passing on the light to Yoshua, he was about to leave the world. There's a Gemara, it says, do you have any questions regarding the laws of the Torah? Ask me about them and I'll teach it to you. And Yoshua said, Rebbe, did I ever leave your presence even for an hour? Did I ever travel to another place? Didn't you write about me in the Torah? But his servant Yoshua, son of Nun, a young man, never departed from the Mishkan. I was always there. He said, you never missed anything. It's okay, I got it. It says Yoshua implied that since he served Moshe for 40 years, he studied Torah, there was nothing that he didn't know, right? This, it says here, was considered a sin for Yoshua, and as a result, he immediately forgot 300 laws, and 700 additional laws more became unclear to him. Okay? During the month of mourning for Moshe, the Bnei Israel forgot many more laws. So this led to a total of 3,000 laws being forgotten during this period. A lot. But look what happens. Rav Avu said in the same Gemara that they were brought back by Osniel, the son of Kenaz. This is the person that ended up marrying Kalev's daughter. What happened? Kalev said, whoever can conquer this city called Kiryas Sefer, right? They'll get my daughter to marry. This was when Kalev got Kiryas Arba. So Kiryas Sefer is one of the places within the area of Hebron. And he says like this. After Kalev conquered Hebron, he approached the scholars in the Beis Medrash who were called Yoshvei Dvir, those who sat in Dvir, because they sat all day studying Torah, and he challenged them to rediscover their forgotten laws. He announced that the one who would overcome these problems would be worthy to become his son-in-law. So after Kalev's father died, his mother married Kenaz, and she gave birth to Osniel. So it was Kalev's brother from his mother's side who ends up marrying his daughter, and this is the person that brings back all these halachas that were lost from Yehoshua. So there's this connection from like Kalev completing what Yehoshua is missing, and Kalev being something really special and unique about just going above and beyond. Kalev, like we said, is in the 57th pasuk in this past week's parsha. Kalev is a gematria 52, but the female version is, I don't know if it's a nice word in English, but in Hebrew, I think it's okay, is kalba, which is a female dog, which is not necessarily a bad thing. The gematria of that is 57. So I think we found something, Nikki, that connects to your name and connects to who you are. And I wanted to give you a bracha to continue to be unique and continue to follow your heart and to continue to give love to your people and to be zocha to bring it all back to Hashem. Anyways, I think it could be nice to do these things like after Shabbos, because like before Shabbos, there's so many Dvar Torahs coming out, and it's like Tuesday, you think back, you get all the good stuff, and you just give it out. Maybe it could be nice. Yalla, Shavua Tov.